Good morning.
Yeah, another morning episode.
Podcast and coffee.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to thank our sponsor, Hayfla. Hayfla offers a wide range of products and solutions for the woodworking and furniture making industries, from hinges and drawer slides to connectors and dowels, sandpaper, wood glue, shop carts, and everything in between. Exclusive product lines such as Lux LED lighting and Slido door hardware ensure that every project you create is built to last. Learn more at hayfla.com.
Yeah.
If you're in the Northeast, we'll be at the Wednesday, June 7th, Lux lighting classes at the New York City showroom, Hayfla showroom. If you're interested, reach out to your Hayfla rep or get a Hayfla rep and get set up. It's a free class. They have 2 running that day. We're taking both. The first is a complete beginner course, which we do have some experience, but it's been a while, so we're going to take that as a refresher. And then that's 9 to 11, I think, and then
lunch
12. Yeah, 12 to 2 is the class for, they call it like for existing users. We're also taking both because lunch is offered in the second class. So, we got to be there for lunch.
Oh, yeah. It's good to keep up on all that stuff because there's so many little interchangeable parts.
Yeah, it's like anything. We got some lighting coming up, so rather than just wing it on our own, we might as well get some good info.
Yeah. And it's a nice day. Get into the city. Hopefully it'll be a nice spring type day.
Yeah, well, we'll be inside, so.
Yeah, the walk. I always like walking in the city.
Not me. I want to stay as far away from the city as possible.
Well, yeah, I mean that part. But like once I get in there, I like walking around.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So since we last spoke, let's see. Not much has been going on. Been working on those barn doors. Those are done, ready to go. Be going out there next week. Going to the Hamptons after Memorial Day seems like a bad
recipe for disaster there.
This Cal invite. I don't know what that is. Clinton Street. I feel like we've worked on Clinton Street in Hoboken. That's where we're headed later. Later today, we have to go up to Hoboken to measure a job in Hoboken High School. Is this right by that other job we did? Yeah, so if you were to pass where we did the wine library,
and
keep going for like 2 blocks, it's right there.
Everybody's all clustered in one spot.
Well, Hoboken's only like a square mile. Like literally.
I didn't realize it was that small.
Yeah. Let's see. Hoboken, New Jersey.
Famously home of Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. 22,000 per square mile. Come on, give me the
area.
Total 1.97 square miles. Land, of which 1.25 square miles is land. So it's 1.25 square miles. Tiny.
Yeah, that's nothing, a square mile.
Yeah, I mean, Keansburg's got to be at least, 5 square miles?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird shape, I think. The way Hazlitt comes in there. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth.
Mm.
And how how far does Keansburg go over towards like Port Monmouth? Do they touch each other, Port Monmouth and Keansburg? On the wet side over here?
Yeah, they must.
Yeah. Because on the dry side,
there's no Keansburg on the dry side.
Oh, there isn't?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's all like Hazlitt and Middletown and...
Yeah. North Middletown.
Well, I don't know how big Port Monmouth is on the dry side. I think there's only like me and my neighbor. It's weird.
Well, no, you got Main Street, Port Monmouth. That's all Port Monmouth.
You mean that like if you go down Chestnut and take a left, that's all?
Yeah, that's Main Street, Port Monmouth.
Oh, I didn't know that. On the dry side?
Yeah.
Oh.
What'd you think it was? Main Street, Middletown?
I didn't know what it was because I remember when we first year we lived there was Middletown. And then they sent us...
mailing
yeah.
Things are different then. Yeah, that's Port Monmouth. Keansburg is only 1.07 square miles.
Wow.
Of land. It's 16.44 square miles total. So it's got a decent amount of water.
Yeah, that's huge amount of water. 16-1.
Wow, look at the map. That's the land. The water goes all... Which doesn't really make sense because you can't own water. So,
is that the bay that they include in their map?
Yeah. So yeah, heading up to Hoboken later this afternoon to measure for a little wall unit and a banquette. So it should be pretty simple. Just get some good measurements, see the space.
Yeah, hopefully everything's in good condition.
Yeah, I didn't give like an official scope of work letter, so everything is, still up for changes.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm done like sending scope of work before with some of these designers because it always changes, and it's not worth the time. Here's the ballpark number. Okay, sounds good. We'll come measure. Then you get a scope work letter.
Yeah, we're working on that kitchen, and it's a little bit of a back and forth. Same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
But we'll get those samples today. Hopefully that'll wrap things up. We could, nail everything down.
Yeah, I've got... Carl from Meridian, which is a, I don't know what they call those kind of places. They're a door manufacturer, but they do, I guess they probably build cabinets and stuff too.
Yeah. They like to call themselves wood specialties.
Oh, yeah. See what they build themselves as.
I know that's what, like that Keystone place, that's what they say.
It says cabinet maker. That's what. Oh, they're in New Holland. I guess it's one of those things like they'll build an entire kitchen, or if you want to just buy doors and whatever fillers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe Conestoga will come through and get some samples. I don't know. We had the Richelieu salesman Andre stop by yesterday. A little cold visit, which was cool. Found out some stuff that they have that, be interested in buying. That's for sure.
Yeah, they stock a lot more product than I imagined, actually.
Yeah, the nice thing about Richelieu is you can go on their website and see pricing for all this stuff. Like you can go look at pricing on melamine or plywood or edge banding. Like our plywood supplier Fez. I don't have too much to complain about with them, but the problem is if I want to, first of all, there's no catalog. Like, I don't know what you have. They must have 20,000 different types of plywood. So sometimes I'll call and ask for, do you have this? And it's like, no, but they might have something that's similar, but we're not well versed enough in the entire catalog to know. Our salesman's been MIA. He came to the shop once. And we even called him out on it, and he still hasn't came by.
No.
Come by. So at Richelieu, you can actually go on the website and see, like, all right, a 4x8 sheet of white melamine is $28. And if you buy, that's if you buy 1 to 8. If you buy 8 to 20, it's $25. And if you buy 20 or more, it's $22.
Then it might come in 5x9.
Right. It has all the little selections, so you can choose your width, and then, it'll delete whatever selections, you can't. But it's like, okay, this one's available in 5x9, available in 3/4 inch and 1/2 inch. And, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good to be able to reference all that stuff instead of waiting on hold and making a phone call. And like you said, they just tell you a flat no because we ask one question. They don't really offer any alternatives, really.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's on you to be educated in their product line when, unless our salesman comes here and walks us through it, then I don't know what you have.
Yeah, because they're not really I guess they're in sales when you call them up, but then they're not like trying to sell you anything. So they don't go, hey, we've got this. This will work for you.
Yeah, they're in sales, but it's like a sales desk. It's not like they're a salesperson.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we have a salesman, allegedly, who came to the shop once, like 2.5 years ago. And
yeah,
we've yet to see him or hear from him since.
I actually got his phone number. I called him once, but
yeah, that was it.
Yeah, he did answer my question, but he never did come by.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, we're not huge buyers, but
we are customers.
Yeah, it was like I told Andre. It's like, our biggest, how you're going to get us to buy more stuff from you is by educating us on what you have.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually on Richelieu this morning looking at edge banding for my kitchen, and they have, so I need pre-finished cherry edge banding. Well, they have it, and I think it's cheaper than Edgeco, which I don't know how, because Edgeco their prices are fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like $70 for a 500-foot roll of pre-finished cherry.
Wow.
And, shipping was $15, but that's not bad. I mean, it's going to be at least that from Edgeco. They ship UPS. So, I think what we'll probably do is order some stuff. Maybe with this sectional job, I'll offer them to take a look at that Eggers TFL chain that Andre left us, and maybe they can select something from there. We could try that out. Seems like the price point's a little better, which I will not tell the client because they're kind of dicking us around anyway.
Yeah, it's nice to have that sample chain too, so we can flip through it. I'd love to get some. Now we're getting into places like Conestoga, Meridian. I'd love to have some physical samples.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one of the big things. Like, okay, clearly the pricing between Meridian and Conestoga is comparable because we had Meridian price out. We gave them a quote from Conestoga and said, "Here, price is out," and they came in $100 more.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. It was what, like a $7,000 order. What's $100?
I think that's 0.15%. No, that would be 15%.
7,000 divided by 100. Oh no, 100 divided by 7,000. 1.4%.
1.4.
Yeah, because 70 would be 1%. Wait. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it's not a lot. So their pricing is very... Sorry to all the mathematicians out there. It's early.
We apologize.
It's not a lot. So now it's down to service, and speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we didn't ask Meridian is what the lead time is. I don't know if it's set on the quote. It might. See if I can pull it up. We're willing to pay a little bit more if the service is better.
Yeah,
and the speed is better. go. Blah, blah, blah. 50% deposit, 50% COD. Doesn't say. Blue Ball, Pennsylvania.
That's funny.
They gave us a 5% discount.
Oh.
Discount amount. 160 for shipping, 93 for packaging and handling. No sales tax. It doesn't say, but we can ask. We can ask Carl today.
Yeah.
That's funny. They have here it's New Holland, and then their accounts receivable is in Blue Ball. So yeah, it's going to be things like, customer service, speed, quality, and all that stuff. Hey, we need a sample last minute. He's driving it out to us.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it goes a long way.
That's a big check mark in your bracket.
One thing I like about Conestoga so far is Mandy, the estimator.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty good turning stuff around like a day and a half.
Yeah, that's one thing I'd like to talk to Carl about is, just being able to send drawings and how quick they could turn around just a quote.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want a hard price, just something that's close enough that we can, give the client a price and not, lose our shirt if it swings 10% one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because, you got to invest minimal time into bidding jobs. So the key is to get as close as possible with as little work as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's a big time suck. And it's unnecessary because the conditions always change. So then you're doing twice the work.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because you always got to go back and redo it.
Yeah.
After you get, everything's an inch off and you got to remeasure and not remeasure, but, redraw so you get all the accurate stuff.
Yeah. And you go make a site visit and realize, you can't put that there because you got this, whatever.
The door won't open.
Right. So the conditions always change. If you get a working drawing from a designer or somebody, it's that's 100% accurate. That's very rare.
Yeah, they're just using those elevation and plan views. Those and they're.
Yeah, I guarantee you they have a CAD program that they can upload the PDF to and click around and pull measurements, and they're not doing that shit by hand.
No.
So yeah, we'll see what he says about that. See what he says about lead time. Maybe we'll see if they can get us set up with some door samples.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. Yeah. Nice to have on hand. A couple paint colors and a couple stains.
Yeah, some of the more common families of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I went through Conestoga's yesterday just to see what was going on. There was like 60 pages.
Yeah, it's too much.
And, most of them are, I guess I'm going to say they're sort of like outdated, that darker brown family that's just not happening anymore.
No. Now, if you want brown, use walnut.
No, this was a lot of like the brown and brownish red kind of stain.
Yeah, burgundy kind of.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, arch panel doors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know who's buying that stuff, but.
Well, we see a lot of it still out there. Most of it's been around for a while.
Yeah, I don't see any of it new. That's for sure.
No, hope not.
It's good if you have to replace something, but they have the tooling from way back when. Why stop offering it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All they're doing is setting up, to run a job. So the setup is going to be the same no matter what.
Not like a diner menu.
Kind of is like a diner menu.
except no, the food doesn't go bad.
Yeah. What was that?
No, is that a squeaky chair?
Oh yeah, sounded like somebody talking.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. I don't remember what the hell it was.
I know you were talking to Tony the other day.
Mm-hmm.
What, he going down to DC for a competition?
No, just going on vacation.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I thought of it because we were talking about pizza.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Keith was saying, where should Tony go for pizza, Grimaldi's or LMB Spumoni Gardens? Yeah. The consensus, I think, is that he just needs to go to both.
Exactly, because it's two completely different takes.
Yeah, can't pick between. Just go to both.
Yeah. Plus Spumoni Gardens, you get the Spumoni.
Yeah.
Tony, a Woodland Iron.
Yeah. Of Working Hands podcast.
Yeah.
I think he's probably leaving. Maybe he's leaving today. I'm not sure. I know he was saying that they're going to be around around Memorial Day. So
that's a crazy time to be driving around.
Yeah. Well, actual Memorial Day, there's nothing going on. It's the Friday before and the Tuesday after. This one, it's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what that road going into the Hamptons is going to be like on Friday. Well, I guess none of the tradesmen will be going in.
No.
They got to know.
Yeah.
So early in the morning, it might be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when, do those people go in on Friday or they take off a couple days before?
Yeah, we're not privy to that info.
I don't think, Hamptons is a big, well, I don't know. I was going to say, I don't think it's a big vacation spot per se where there's just random people who are let's rent a house in the Hamptons.
Right, for Memorial Day, you mean?
Yeah, it's not like Seaside or Lavalette or something like that. The people in the Hamptons, they own those houses. Maybe they're doing Verbo or Airbnb, but I think most of those homes are actual residents. Or, not full-time necessarily, but...
Yeah.
I mean, there is some hotels and stuff, but...
What's the Atlantic? What's the one we kept eyeing?
Yeah, the Atlantic. That's in Southampton. But I think as you get out further towards Montauk and stuff, there's I think there's a bunch of Montauk.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll be going out next Wednesday.
Yeah, a week from yesterday.
Yeah. To install those barn doors. We got to install the mantle. Got to do a little touch up on the island countertop. She said there's a spot that's collecting dust, which it must just be a little bit rough.
Mm.
So I'll just hit that real quick. We're going to put the legs that we made on the polyform cabinet. And we got to measure a kitchen in Sag Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a busy day. Nancy's like, you'll be back. She's like, come out. So you got to come out, spend a weekend in the summer. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not weird. Hey, I'm here to stay in your house for a weekend.
Yeah. I don't even like going to my relative's house and spending the night.
Yeah, man.
I like sleeping in my own bed.
I mean, they're totally cool, but...
Yeah. Yeah, they're super, super nice people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what condition the pool will be in when we get out there. What do they do to those pools? In the West, they used to shoot this stuff called gunite, which was like the finish application to the pool. That's what gave it that white kind of.
I thought they had tile in it.
Yeah, there was tile always at the top, but the base of the pool, like the bowl of the pool, was this stuff called gunite. They'd shoot it out of like a fire hose looking thing.
Yeah.
And then guys were going with trowels.
I don't remember. It might just be concrete.
Huh.
I don't remember what it looked like.
Yeah. Swimming pools were big business out west.
Oh, yeah. So they painted the pool house, and it'll be ready to go for us. We'll get that. Barn door shouldn't take very long. God willing.
Yeah. There's a hardscape in front of the opening now. We could put ladders up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, just got to get that 19-foot track nice and straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably maybe get a laser up on top of the ladder.
Yeah.
Mark a couple points. You know, should probably have a blue chalk line on hand.
Good idea.
Snap a line, lay out the holes, drill them, put the track up, hang the doors. It's, you know, the install on board barn door is pretty simple.
Yeah, they're just heavy and awkward.
Mm-hmm. It's the floor guides that, and, you know, on this, I got the U-channel one instead of the one that goes in the groove. Figured, you know, with seasonal expansion, contraction, and water, I don't want water getting up inside of that groove, even if it's painted and everything. Then, you know, if the door wants to swell in the summertime, you know, is it going to be tight on that? You know, is the slot going to be too tight for the guide? So these ones just go around the door, like at the bottom.
Mm.
You know, aesthetically, not quite as nice, but certainly more functional for an outdoor door.
I mean, they're barn doors.
They're going to be rough to pick up and freaking...
And hang.
Yeah. We should bring those glass suction cups.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they'll suck on there, but we could try.
Yeah.
Could put one on the back. I mean, it's only got to go up a couple inches to hang on the track.
Mm-hmm. You know, I saw this thing on Instagram. There were sort of like these mini helping hands, but they have like a little foot that you use to slip underneath something.
The Viking arm, it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you look at the price?
I thought it was $19.99.
Oh, well, that's some bullshit. Chinese knockoff.
Oh.
I wouldn't trust that with $8,000 barn doors.
Said it was number one Father's Day gift. And it came in like a little sustainer.
Yeah, then it definitely wasn't $19.99. In a real sustainer?
Yeah, I think so. Like it had like that Kaizen foam. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, because one Viking arm is $206.
Yeah, it was a pair. And they came in like a little box.
Yeah, I've seen them packed in a sustainer, but if it was a real sustainer, I mean, a sustainer is $80.
Yeah.
Was it this?
You know,
because that's $140 just for the box.
Oh my God. I don't think it was that. I don't remember that like egg cratey looking foam.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good. I had some Bessie, I forget what they called them, squeeze clamps that were real good for like lifting stuff up like that. Mm-hmm. Obviously couldn't do anything heavy, but I used to use them on cabinets to lift up the front and then just drop the adjustable legs down.
Yeah.
Rather than have to crank them up by hand.
Yeah, this little advertisement showed them like lifting up appliances and junk like that. Maybe I was looking at the wrong price. I don't know what was $19.99. Maybe it was something hooked below it, you know, like on Instagram, how the two windows sometimes are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it also could have just been some bullshit ad for for something different.
And anyway, something like that might be useful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe one of the knockoffs would work. Let's see what they got. Viking Arm. Reach out to Viking Arm, see if they can send us a couple.
That would be awesome.
I doubt that'll happen.
Use your powers of persuasion on them.
Yeah, they're not. Amazon. I need like to reconfigure this whole podcast setup.
Make it more user friendly.
I can't get to the computer. I can't get to that.
You got to bring the boom in from a different direction.
Even if I sit back in the chair, I can't put the table any closer because of where the chair is. Save 12% if you buy more than 2 units. 12-inch level arm lifter. 14-inch labor-saving arm. What the hell is this thing? Pocket hole jig. What's this? Viking strength bicep tricep arm blaster.
Tactical.
Oh, Viking bracelet. Nordic metal arm ring with dragon heads.
Gives you the power of a Viking.
Adjustable pewter Norse torque with Midgard serpent. Jormungandr. Wow, these ones look horrible. It doesn't even.
Those will do it.
Didn't even try and make it look like the same thing. I'll reach out to some people, see if they have any knockoffs that are any good. Because, yeah, we could just tip the door a little bit, slide them under, and then
crank it up.
Yeah.
That'd be the ticket.
See, I'll shoot out a message. Anyone have the knockoff Viking arms? So yeah, it'll be nice to get out of the Hamptons. Yeah, it was a great job. And it carried us through a lot of like the end of last year and the beginning of this year. Just because the sheer amount of work that we did in there. But yeah,
the travel is rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier now just having done it so many times.
Yeah, I guess because we know what to expect.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I'd rather not have to travel so far. We'll see about that Sag Harbor kitchen. I mean, it's going to have some exorbitant price on it. Yeah, we had to plan on staying out there for a week.
Yeah, because
to do the install.
We can't travel back and forth with that.
No. I had to rent a U-Haul
for a week, unless we can do it one way. But no, then we'd be stuck out there unless we drove.
Well, we'd have to take 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
We got to put the tools in something.
Oh, yeah.
Just to deliver all the cabinets.
Yeah.
That or have them, picked up.
Yeah, I wonder if Spumoni Gardens in downtown Brooklyn will be open by then. Get off at Cabin Plaza West. Double park. Get a quarter Spumoni. That'll hold me over till we get back to Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the roll and roaster dream is dead.
Yeah.
So there's just Spumoni left. For those that follow the podcast, sometime back, the myth of Roland Roaster was debunked.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they remember.
Oh yeah, can't look back. Well, they say you can never go home.
I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, I guess it means because stuff changes.
Yeah. So yeah, aside from that, we got built that reception desk, and waiting. I sent an email this morning, like, what's the status of the project? Like, you guys said you said you were going to call yesterday. We're good to go, but he's going to call tomorrow. Okay, well, he didn't call, and you want everything as soon as possible, and you've been done. Now you're dragging your feet for another week. So I said it's imperative that we get material ordered this week because it's a 6 to 8 week lead time for the upholstery after we finish, which is really not true because he can make the cushions whenever. 6 to 8 weeks after we finish building the sectionals. So I hate this, like, we're in a big rush thing, and then it's like, okay, can you get back to me about the job if you're in such a rush? Because I got no problem, you send an email, you can't get back to me within a couple days.
Yeah, communication. I was reading this little short interview with Warren Buffett. He was talking about, oncoming, maybe not recession, but, slow down the economy and what people could do and all these other things. And he was saying that the communication is really one of the top things to hone and be aware of. And I think in general, we're pretty good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's zero reciprocity. The designer calls and she's like, I'm literally begging you to take on this part of the job. It's like, okay, we could do it, but let's keep the ball rolling. Like, you roll the ball to me, I roll it back, and it sits at your feet for 3 days. There's no reason for it.
No.
And then, it's like they don't read the scope of work because then they're asking questions that are clearly defined in the scope of work letter. It's like, it's not like it's like 10 pages. It's 2 pages, double spaced with bullet points.
Yeah.
Like, please just read it.
And a notes section, and everything's clearly labeled.
Yeah, it's all super cut and dry. There's no legalese in it. It's a kindergartner could figure it out.
I'd like to see some of the other proposals, contracts, whatever you want to call it. I'd like to see what they get from other companies like ours.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Super obnoxious.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing we could do. I mean, you wind up feeling almost like a little pest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this week we're like got barely anything going on. Just a bunch of piddly little bullshit. And then, in 2 weeks from now, we're probably going to have so much work that because everything is just, it's everything's getting delayed. And now we're going to have the kitchen job, the sectional job, the co-working desk job, this Hoboken job. Then July is going to be coming up, and we're going to need to work on Carissa's job in Hoboken, wherever that is, Jersey City. I mean, I'd rather, I want to be at the point where we're pushing to hit deadlines. That's really where the business needs to be. Because now it's, we're never at that point where it's like, we got to push to get this out because we got to get working on this job to hit that deadline. It adds a little bit of stress, but it also adds, when you're done, you get a little bit more of that sense of accomplishment, but
a little endorphin rush.
Yeah, but it just keeps everything, moving where it needs to be, and, cash flow and all that stuff. Like when you have a week or 2 weeks between jobs, it's no good.
Oh no. Yeah. And I mean, it's bad for everything. You're pacing and, just the movement in the shop.
Yeah.
We got jobs like stacked up in the shop now, just sitting here.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. The downtime kills me. It fucking kills me.
I'll be glad too. When are we gonna those banquettes that we have?
They're going out in June. I mean, that doesn't bother me. Those can sit there. It's not having something to work on that kills me. The banquets they get in the way every now and then, but that's whatever. They're done. All we got to do is deliver them. We've been paid. We're not waiting on anything on those. We're paid in full. Same with that reception desk. Okay, it's in here, but we got paid in full. So if they want to let it sit in here, so be it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to start charging storage to them. That'll light a fire under them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need it right away.
Mm-hmm. ASAP. Okay, well, please define that because apparently they're like, wow, you got that done really fast. Yeah, you said you needed it.
I know.
And I told you if we were going to take it on that I needed to get it in and out.
I guess we're going to have to start asking a couple more questions. Like what date?
I do, but they give me some wishy-washy answer.
Yeah.
Well, he'd like to start showing the lobby within the next 2 weeks. Well, now we're within that time frame because I finished it over a week ago.
Yeah.
You say, let me know what days and times would be available for installation, and I'll let you know. And no days or times provided.
Oh, boy. I wonder how many other people have these same issues.
Probably just about all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Week just flew by again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not for me. It fucking dragged.
And it's Thursday already. I thought Keith might come by this week.
He texted me yesterday, but I wasn't in the shop.
Yeah. We keep trying to get our buddy Lou to come on the podcast, but he's good at sidestepping.
Yeah. Thing is, too, we're going to be back at the point where we're going to be too busy to, when you have a guest, it's like, they
it's
an
afternoon,
up and then you chat, and then you do the podcast, and it always runs longer than, an hour. So, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I mean, I like having guests. It's nice. But you're right about the time commitment.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be after
hours.
Yeah, or
be a dinner time thing.
Yeah, or try and start at 4 or something, so we only lose half hour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could always try the remote thing. I don't know. With this, it's apparently you can get really high quality remote guests. I don't know. I have to try it.
How does that work? What is it? It goes through.
You can hook like your phone up to this and do it over a phone call.
Oh.
Or you could hook the computer and get the Zoom, so the audio just tracks automatically into that.
That's cool.
There's a couple different ways to do it.
Yeah, I don't even really understand it. And I've been around electronics for a long time, and I was watching this thing, and they were talking about how as a society, we're so dependent on all this technology that most people have no idea how it works. And
yeah,
I mean, unless you're really, like I was talking to Christopher yesterday just about running virtual machines and stuff like that. And every other sentence he was saying something that just like went right over my head.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been like that though. Like when cars first came out or whatever, let's say cars became popular in what, the 19 teens.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1930, you think everybody knew how a car worked, how the no, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is that I can get in and drive it. I don't need to know, all the back end of how all this stuff works. It's, we have a limited amount of processing that we can do in our head. So anything that's not absolutely necessary is just that. It's not necessary to.
Yeah. It's like even something that's been around since, when was TV? Was it 40s?
I don't know.
But like, how do you aim a camera at somebody and it goes through the air like, as a radio signal or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
And it comes out on your TV set.
Uh-huh.
How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't affect, not knowing doesn't affect the end user experience.
Yeah, there's that saying that like any, technology, sufficiently high technology is equivalent to magic.
Yeah.
That's about it. But, you take something like TV for granted. It's been around for, our whole lives,
mm-hmm.
and have no clue how it works.
Yeah. I mean, look at radio. It's been around for how long?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like, it loses me like Morse code or whatever, like the tapping on a physical wire. Okay, I get that. But the minute you go wireless, like
they're just waves. Just send out the waves, and the waves get collected, and then they get reconfigured into either audio or video.
Yeah. Imagine being like the first people to see like TV, like, oh wow, how does this work?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they had films had to predate TV by quite some time.
Yeah.
Because that's just a physical project. It's just projecting through the film.
Right. Yeah, and those early films were like the thing you used to do as a kid, like on the corner of your book.
Flip book.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of still images. I mean, it's still what it is. Just the frame rates have gone up. I mean, now you have digital, which I'm not exactly sure how that works, but yeah, like even, if you're shooting video with like a DSLR camera, that's exactly what it is. It's just 60 frames a second instead of 2 frames a second.
Yeah. Where do you think it's headed?
Oh, fuck if I know.
Yeah, I mean, what could possibly be next?
Well, I think VR probably will continue to, get better and get cheaper, and will go more into the mainstream. AR and AI and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as it pertains to our industry, I've been watching all these mosaic videos, and a lot of it, we don't have any CNC stuff, but a lot of it obviously is made by guys that are CNCing.
Yeah.
And even though I understand the concepts and everything like that, it's just still mind blowing how much stuff the CNC does. It's like the joinery, the shelf pin holes, the hinge boring. It's and the ease with which this stuff is programmed now. It's pretty amazing. It kind of not humbling, but it's like I feel a little bit primitive. It's like, and we have a pretty well equipped shop.
Yeah.
Like I remember doing hinge cups, by hand, with that little plastic guide thing. Now we have a hinge boring machine, and it's still, when you see the CNC thing, it's like, man, we're in the Stone Age.
Yeah. I mean, everything that we're using has been around for decades and decades.
Yeah.
None of it is, even the laser is not anything new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess, they have all those fully automated lines doing all this stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So makes even like a small shop like ours use a mosaic with a CNC. That's, somewhat low tech.
Oh yeah, like if we were just using like a flatbed CNC,
Yeah.
that at this point, yeah, that's nothing innovative or
No.
that's like standard operating procedure now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We could always get a little 4x8 CNC. That's not too crazy. You get them for relatively inexpensive, but when you can get the work done for $65 a sheet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the profit point on that?
Yeah.
Where it pays to, where it's paid for itself, and now you're making money with it versus.
Yeah, subbing out has definite appeal too.
Mm-hmm.
It's comes into the shop all ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be running a lot.
Yeah.
To be worth buying. Now it's like, okay, we get a kitchen, we can get that cut on CNC, but like a small job, it's cheaper just to do it on the slider.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting internal dialogue to have, like if you had one of those, like what tool you're going to use.
I think the point to point is a lot cooler and a lot more versatile. Like Brian was saying, you can rough your parts out on the slider and work in different zones, and you could load on four cabinet sides, and it'll cut it to final size, bore all the holes, and as it moves from zone 1 to 2, while you're reloading zone 1 with a new fresh part, and unloading as they finish up. Because it's a lot faster to cut rectangles out on a saw than it is with a router.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're not burying the bit fully in the work. You're just cutting around the outside, which
it's gotta save quite a bit on those expensive bits.
Yeah, and I think Brian was saying, like, you can step up your tooling size for that outside cut. So instead of using let's say you use a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 inch bit when you're doing it, what's it called, nested base, like on a flatbed.
Yeah,
because you don't want this massive. First of all, it's a big cut because let's say you can't use a 3/4 inch because then you're removing 3/4 inches of material, and it's harder on the spindle because you're cutting a full 3/4 inch wide
swath.
Right. Here you're just trimming the edge, so you could use a larger diameter, which keeps the bit cooler, and it can move faster, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you could do your outside trim with a big wide bit, and it's no problem. But if you do nested base, you can't do that because
no, you don't want that huge curve waist and all the other things that go with it. Do we know anybody that does that stuff?
What?
Flatbed CNC. Anybody in our circle doing that?
Flatbed or point to point?
Either.
Well, yeah. We know the guys at Timber. We know Timmy.
Yeah, Timber's more. I think of them as more like I don't know, like they're not putting cabinets together and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, not really. But I mean, they have like 4 flatbed CNCs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of guys. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head aside from Timmy, but it's a popular small shop machine for cutting cabinet parts.
Yeah. I mean, Keith was really the first person I knew that had one. He's got like something about the size of our laser almost, right?
I think it's 24 by 36.
Yeah. I haven't heard him talk about it for quite a while.
I don't know if it even runs anymore.
Yeah, it was a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that machine's a piece of junk.
Oh, man. Excuse me.
Well, rather than continue to ramble on, we better cut out because this guy could be showing up any minute here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll see you next week. We'll probably have some stories from the Hamptons.
Oh, yeah. Everybody take care.
As always, Rob and I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. If you want to help support the podcast, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Again, we appreciate your support. Thanks for tuning in.